Today I took 6 trades. Another frustrating day for me. 3 break-even trades, 3 red trades. These two on the same setup, but a little too late. Then these 4 all on the same setup, trying to catch my short plan. So it was overlapping higher here on the pivot relationships, overlapping higher and inside, but overnight there was a big sell-off, and we're opening way under any of my levels here. So under L5, under S2, under value range, way below all that. So my plan today was that because it's such a huge sell-off in the pre-market, I'm looking for a relief bounce off of S3, which is also inside this demand zone. So I wanted to take a long out of this, targeting S2 and L5. And then if it comes up to S2 and L5 before that, I want to short that to target this demand zone and beyond, because that will be the trend. It'll be a retest and then short downtrend. But initially I wanted to take the relief bounce. So that was kind of my plan. And right as market opens, comes down to S3 inside this demand zone, rallies up. And I actually had an entry, but I didn't quite get that entry. So I'm looking for longs here. S3 is 48, 74.48. So it comes down, it looks very bearish, but and I'm kind of not watching it a little bit. I got, I guess, kind of distracted here. I mean, it looked very bearish at one point, right here, and then I took my eyes off for a little bit, and then it suddenly went and popped and formed a 20 range delta divergence here with a B shape and POC at the lows. And so now I'm kind of looking for a retest back in. Because it's such a big downtrend here, I wanted to see if it could support here around this 47 range and then go back up. It's forming a 1 minute delta divergence. I wanted to see if I can try to get a delta divergence on the 1 minute, but it really doesn't do much of a retest here and just goes straight up. And at this point, then my entry is a little bit skewed. Forms a 2 minute delta divergence here too, so it's all the way down, then goes up, forming a 2 minute delta divergence now. And right now I can't get in. I mean, it's 10 points, I guess, but I wanted more of a pullback here so that I can get long, but just completely rallied without any pullbacks here. I mean, that's kind of a pullback, I guess. I don't know. Maybe if I paid attention a little bit more, I would have gone in, because it was such a huge RSI divergence here. I don't know. I mean, maybe I could have. I took my eyes off for a little bit, and I just rallied. So maybe on this little pullback here, I could have maybe gotten in. I don't know. Like, would I have? I don't think so. It was such a quick pullback too. It was just a dip into 49s and then came back up. So I don't know. I don't know if I could have. Yeah, the 1 minute wasn't really forming a delta divergence at the time. It just rallies up, and then 2 minute is forming a delta divergence, but it's now like 10 points of risk. A little bit too much for me. I mean, I guess I could have gotten in with one contract. I don't know. But I missed that entry, so now it just rallies up 30 points. And yeah. So my target here is S2 and L5, right? And yeah, and hit S2 and L5. I'll hit S2, and then it pulls back a little bit. So I'm looking for any sort of pullback to get into this continuation, but it just rallies up 30 points from my potential entry, which is around the 40s. And yeah, but now it pulls back. It already hit S2, and S2 is at 76. So I'm a little bit worried. I'm like, look, I think maybe I look for shorts now, because that's my short level at L2 or L5 and S2. But it pulls back and it forms a delta divergence here on the 20 range. And yeah, negative 350 delta, but green candle. And then negative delta here, but green candle on the 1 minute. Also on the 2 minute, delta divergence. So I really like this. I go with 2 contracts here. Stop below the lows here, the swing lows. Honestly, it was probably too close to my target, and I probably shouldn't have taken it, maybe. I mean, it almost worked out. I had it at 3R at 87 was my target. And comes up to 3 ticks. 3 ticks. 3 ticks short. And I honestly really like these confirmations, but yeah, I had one contract up at 93 target, which is 20 points. Honestly, I am trying to get these massive trades for some reason. I think it's because I'm in a drawdown, a big drawdown. So my mentality is like, I have to get these massive trades. I need to get these 20-point winners. Honestly, I could have just taken it all off at 3R, but not that it would have mattered because it never hit 3R, but I could have. And not that I would have had my targets there on both contracts, but either way, it forms a higher low, another delta divergence there. I really like it. I think this could be a good, good trend upwards into VWAP maybe. But it doesn't quite get to VWAP. It gets to 3 ticks shy of my target and then starts coming back and I take it off that break even. Which is unfortunate. But here now I see this high volume shooting star candle on the 3 minute, high volume shooting star on the 5 minute, high volume shooting star on 1 minute. So it's right at my L5 level, S2 level. I like it. Now I'm like, okay, maybe I should look for shorts again because now it's rejecting my level. But instead of looking for shorts, what I do is I see this 20 range delta divergence on the 2 minute or 20 range, and also there was a big CVD hidden divergence here. So I felt like maybe I got cheated out of this because it hasn't broken the swing lows yet. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's gonna hold and maybe it'll keep going. So I enter one contract here, stop below the swing lows, very quickly get stopped out. Just not a good trade overall. And now it keeps going down, rejecting. I'm looking for some sort of pullback to get short. I missed the original entry here, original entry there, and then yeah. I'm looking for any sort of pullback to get short, and now I'm seeing this 2 minute delta divergence, but that's about it. Honestly, nothing really crazy. Maybe 1 minute delta divergence there. But because it's a continuation play, I'm trying to get any sort of pullback here. I'm really trying to wait until this 2 minute candle closes, and I do enter here. Just one contract, but yeah. I get stopped out very quickly. Up here, would I have been able to catch that entry here? Honestly, I don't really see much. It's just a bunch of sellers that come in. Maybe a normal divergence on CVD, but it's just a straight sell-off. So I don't know what I could have done. I wouldn't have gotten an entry. I don't know. I would have just watched it go down, and that probably would have been my first entry anyways. So not the worst, but quickly get stopped out. And then I'm still trying to look for a pullback and a short. And I get short here when it forms a nice 20 range delta divergence. So it's forming a delta divergence on the 1 minute, delta divergence on the 20 range with the POC at the highs, flirting with that delta divergence there with about 5 seconds left here. And it finishes as a delta divergence. So I really like it. I enter a little bit late of an entry. I enter here, about 8 points of risk, I think it was. Yeah, 8 points of risk here. Not that great of an entry, but it does kind of work out for a little bit. Breaks the swing lows. My target was 3R, so beyond this low of day. And I thought there was a chance because my thesis was that it would do a relief bounce here and then start downtrending again, right? So I'm looking for that break of low of day, but it doesn't and comes back up. And I don't like this delta divergence here, so I put my stop at break even, and yeah. So technically, yeah, I would have hit 2R after that. Then I would have gone stopped out here at break even anyways, so does it really matter? I don't know. But I hit 1.5R, 1.6R, and then I stopped out at break even. Yeah, I just didn't like that it was inside this demand zone, so maybe it's like a bounce there, a higher low bounce. That was always an option, I guess. So, yeah, I get stopped out there. Now I'm trying to take a short again, and I see these two hammer candles, but I'm still trying to take a short, I guess. I'm not sure why. This is also bullish delta divergence. I think the main reason why is because this CVD hidden divergence didn't break the highs on price, but it broke the highs on delta, and yeah, that was about it, honestly. So it was kind of forming a delta divergence on 20 range. Didn't finish yet, but you know, did a preemptive entry here and paid for it because it rallied straight up. Yeah, so that was just not a great trade. And now it forms a very good CVD hidden divergence, delta divergence on 1 minute, delta divergence on 20 range, delta divergence on 2 minute. I thought they were really good confirmations. I was like, look, I have 2 losses so far. I could give it one more try. So I gave it one more try, just with one contract, but maybe I should have gone in with 2. I don't know. But I think this was probably my best trade, best entry out of all of them. And it did sell off for over 3R actually. But yeah, 1 to 4R actually. But my target was at low of day because my thesis was that it would break low of day, which it did eventually, but just not when I wanted it to. So it's 4R, stops me out at break even. And then even here, it doesn't really hit the low of day. Maybe I should have just taken it off at 3R, but I had one contract and then I wanted to kind of make up for my losses of the day, I guess. And 12 points, 13 points wouldn't quite make up for the day. It would put me at about break even on the day. And I wanted a little bit of profit, I guess. So there was that greed going in. But also because my thesis was that it would reject from here and then it would keep downtrending, right? Which is true, but yeah, I don't know. I thought I could have gone low more there. But it forms a yeah, it forms a 1 minute high volume hammer and then it goes back up. I honestly thought about just taking it off, but it seemed like it was forming a lower high here and I was going to keep going down, but nope, it stopped me up. So yeah, that was unfortunate. And then now it's what, 40 points lower from where I entered. 50 points sell off from where I entered. Yes, it's been tough, honestly. It just hasn't really been going my way. Maybe it's my entries, maybe it's my psychology. I don't know. This was a pretty horrible trade here. That one wasn't too bad, but I don't think that one was horrible either, but this was horrible. Yeah, 2 not good trades and then that I took full losses on. And then this maybe, I don't know, a little bit better of an entry and I would have gone 3R, but 3 ticks from 3R, my god, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just, my plans are working, my thesis is correct, it's just, I don't know. I get chopped up and and take losses before it works out. I just yeah, I don't really know what to say.